All right, my name is Kirk. You guys know me. We're going to be doing speed and agility for college football, defensive lineman edition. I know a little bit about that, but it's been a couple years. First things first, when it comes to in-season training for the college football speed and agility for the defensive lineman, it's very important that it is 2 to 3 days a week. It's only really for maintenance and very, very minor, but it's injury prevention as well. But it's just to keep everything maintenance and to make sure that the player or the athlete knows exactly what the trainer's block is and exactly know what they're supposed to be doing in means of muscle and engagement as well. Okay. So first things first is whenever we're doing this speed and agility training, we have to do dynamic warm-up. We did that before a couple of times ago, but dynamic warm-up is optimal for getting the muscles ready for any type of activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a lot of these beforehand, and then I'm going to perform them. You can see we're only working with a little bit of daylight here, but I got some cones out here and I'll explain those in just a moment, but that'll be actually the change of direction drills as well as the speed or acceleration drills. Okay, dynamic warm-ups, what we're going to do first. Sorry. And what's going to happen here is we're going to do straight leg marches, toe touches, glute kicks, and high knees, and then turn and goes. The thing about this, like I said previously, in season training, it has to be a little bit more minimal than the off-season training intensity. In season, we don't want to have any injuries during training for obvious reasons. So we want to make sure that we go about 75-85% with all these drills, okay? So first things first, I explained the dynamic stuff. After that, I'm going to go right into acceleration drills. Now the acceleration drills, I have cones here. This first set, there's 5, 10, 5 is what it's called. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to start the middle cone. I'm going to sprint to the far right cone, that's the 5. I'm going to go to the far cone to the other side, that's the 10. And I'm going to bring it back to the middle, that's the 5. Hence the name 5, 10, 5. Okay. After that, I'm going to be performing the Z drill. What that is that's a change of direction. I'm going to go far cone, shuffle, lateral shuffle to this other cone. Very good importance here is posture. We're going to have good posture here, especially being a lineman. We got to stay low, and the center of gravity is going to be right in here, the abdominals, but also we got to make sure our trunk stabilization is there, our hips are strong, and our legs are strong. Good base is a strong base, okay? So we're going to lateral shuffle that way. We're going to take a sprint that way towards that far cone, and then lateral shuffle towards the end to that far cone and bring it back in, okay? Another acceleration drill I'm gonna be doing is the 10-yard shuffle, or shuttle, sorry. What that one is, I'm gonna start from this far cone, and I'm going to just do a dead sprint from my position, in my position drill. So I'm gonna get my lineman stance. I'm gonna go from this cone to that far cone, but I'm going to do an acceleration, dead sprint from my start point to my end point, 10 yards. A lot in football is short bursts. When it comes to especially the defensive lineman and offensive lineman, a lot of that action happens in the trenches or in the line of scrimmage, and there's not a whole lot of movement after the 10 yards, respectfully. Okay, after that, I'm going to be doing a Y drill. The Y drill, my wife that's holding the camera is going to be helping me out. She is going to be the coach. And what I'm going to do is, me being the athlete, I'm going to sprint towards the coach. And then at that point of reaching coach is going to give me a direction left or right. And at that moment, I have to either shift my body and get my hips turned one direction, or get my hips turned and go the other direction, okay? I hope everything that I explained was beneficial. I'm gonna run through the dynamic warm-ups first, And then I'm gonna do acceleration drills and then end up with a change of direction drills. For sake of time for this video, I'm not gonna be doing all the repetitions that I wrote in the paper. Each movement should be, dynamic warm-up should be about 5 repetitions, that's down and back. The change of direction should be about 5 to 6 repetitions, and also acceleration should be 6 repetitions. And once again, this is in-season training. Off-season training is gonna be different. In-season training is gonna be different than the off-season. And then of course, winter training after the season is gonna be different than anything else. So I hope you guys stick with me here. It's been a while since I've done this stuff, so please bear with me. I hope I explained everything thoroughly. And here we're gonna go, okay? First, we're gonna start with a straight leg marches, okay? Take your time with this. So we're gonna step, kick, step, kick, step, kick. Once again, everything is good posture. Posture is a very, very big component with anything that we're doing. Step, step, kick, step, step, kick, step, step, kick. Okay? That was the straight leg marches. Next thing I'm gonna do is toe touches. This one I'm gonna do a step, step, glutes are gonna go back out, touch, step, step, touch. We're not going down too fast. Everything is controlled. Okay? All these dynamic warm-ups are very sport specific and movement specific to what we're going to try and achieve here in just a little bit. Next one here is glute kicks. This one I'm going to be doing a little bit sped up just to do the nature of the movement. And last, I'm going to do high knees. Shoulders are back, chest is up. Good. All right, now I'm going to get into the acceleration. First is 5-10-5. After that, it's the 10-yard shuttle. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the turn and go. So turn and go. We're gonna be lateral here. We're gonna shuffle, and then we're gonna turn and go. We'll do it once more coming back. We're gonna shuffle, turn the hips, go. Okay. Like I said before, next one I'm gonna do is 5-10-5s. This one, just a brief revisit of this. I'm going to start in the middle. Far cone is 5, end cone is 10, middle cone is 5. Okay. End season training, 75 to 85% speed, especially for the defensive linemen. Okay. I'm going to start down here. Okay. In the stance. Ready to go. Okay. The next one is the 10-yard shuttle. I'm going to be down here. I'm going to be in my stance for defensive linemen. And I'm going to just burst out of my stance and go down to that cone there. Okay. Here. Wait for the ball to move. Come on, hey. Ten-yard sprint. Always run through your destination. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is the Z drill. Like I said before, It involves 4 cones. I'm going to start this far cone, shuffle to this other side. Once again, posture is very good and important. Sprint to that far cone, shuffle to that end cone, and sprint through coming back, okay? We're gonna be behind the cone here, okay? We're gonna shuffle, sprint, here, shuffle, sprint through. Okay, that was the Z drill. And now the next and last one we're gonna do is the Y. The Y, I'm gonna be coming towards the camera. It's gonna be kind of interactional here, I guess. But I'm gonna start off at about 5 yards to about 10 yards from the camera, from Coach. And Coach is gonna give me a direction, and I have to somehow, my reaction time to my muscles and my CNS, to change direction to go for angle of pursuit, okay? All right. When I get close to Coach. Okay. So I'm gonna be down here, my stance, and when I get closer to Coach, Coach is gonna give me a direction, either left or right, and I have to go into that direction, okay? So as soon as I get from my stance, Coach will be ready and give me a direction, okay? And hit. At that moment, I had to switch my hips and change my direction and load up on my right foot to kick off and go to the angle of pursuit. There's one other change of direction that I did not do out here and I'm gonna do right now. It is angle of pursuit. This one's not mentioned in the book. This one was inherited from high school and junior football league. But for a defensive lineman, we're gonna be down here when we're the last people to go to the cones. And in this case, that end cone is that angle of pursuit on the left-hand side. And this right-hand cone back here is the angle of pursuit for the right-hand side. So I'm gonna start here in the middle, okay? More like here. And then I'm going to run towards a cone. In this case, this is simulating whenever the ball is passed in the air, we have to run towards that ball in order to help our teammates, okay? So I'm gonna be down on my stance. I'm gonna know, because my teammates are gonna yell left or right, which direction to go, and I'm gonna help my teammates and run towards that cone for angle of pursuit, okay? So as soon as I get out of my stance, I'm gonna rush the quarterback, and then the quarterback's throwing the ball, and I'm going towards that direction, that receiver that caught the ball, okay? So I'm gonna get in my stance, I'm here, we're gonna get up here, and then it's gonna be, oh, let's over this way. What I demonstrated is something for in-season training, and like I tried to reiterate before, it is all 75 to 85% intensity. Off-season training, it's obviously closer to 90% to 100%. In this case, this is more or less 75 to 85%. And this is to keep maintenance on the building blocks of muscles and muscle memory for change of direction and acceleration and speed. I hope this was informational.